All right, I'm on my way. I parked in Beard, which was mile 38. I just passed mile 41. So slow going, but at least I'm moving. I don't have a long day planned. Only 13 miles. A town up here, Seabird, I think is what it's called. Anyway, there's a place to eat, so I'm going to stop there and have lunch when I get there. And then camp will only be about, I don't know, 5 miles from there, something like that. So I'm back at it. I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling better than day one for sure. Each day is a little bit better. I did get some cold medicine, something for a cough, and then some more Benadryl. I had Benadryl on me in the beginning. I was taking that before I went to bed, which seemed to help. So here we are, trail part 2. All right, I stopped here. I zoomed in, so I'm going to try to hold it still here. Somebody built this rock thing out there in the river. I don't know what it means, but I wonder if that's like how low the water was, and now it's way past it. I don't know what it means, but I thought it was interesting, so here's a video. All right, I'm almost to camp, but I stopped here. It's a beautiful spot. I stopped a little while ago in Seabird and got a turkey bacon sandwich. It was yummy. Let me show you where I am. So I'm here at this bridge that was the site of a really bad crash. Put the little sign here. If you're interested, you can pause and read it. Spectacular crash. Anyway, it's a cool looking bridge. And look how high the river is. Got so much rain the past 3 days. It's higher and higher and higher. All right, I wanted to stop here a minute. I don't know if you can hear me. But this is a side stream from the Greenbrier, and look how high it is. Last year these side streams were bone dry, not even a dribble. It's just amazing how much higher everything is. All right, coming up on the campsite. Yay, no one's here. I had to circle back and get this one because there was somebody two people at the one I wanted to stay at. But this one's nice too. I passed it on the way and I said to myself, I'll come back here if that one's taken. And so here I am, coming back to it. All right, I hung my stuff up because it was soaking wet from last night. So I'm gonna let it all dry before I set up camp. It's not supposed to rain tonight last time I looked, but I do not have cell service here, so I will just go with that. There's a little path over here. I was going to explore, see where it goes. So let's go check it out. Okay. It just comes down to this. You can hear the river way over there, but I was hoping that this would go down to it. It probably does, but I don't want to walk that far. All right. I am having a very good night. I tried to start a fire, but the wood is just too wet. So, whatever. Don't really need a fire. I just thought it would be cool to have a fire. And then I was going to try to heat my water over it to see how long that would take, just to know. But I'm just sitting here relaxing, looking at this view. I don't think the camera just shows it well enough. Let me give you a shot of my little campsite here. All right, there is my setup and my view. I like it. It's a very cozy spot. I wish I could have jumped in the river, but it's fine. My view. It's so muddy because it just rained last night. It's still running down. There's a little path here, but it looks a little steep for me. I'm sure somebody could do it, or if I scooted down on my butt, I could do it. I don't want to be in the river that much. I'm just sitting here eating. And there's these rocks behind me. It's like a wall. And it goes up there. Ooh. Anyway, it's solid. And out in the river there is this little ripple. Every once in a while it's really loud and volpy, or maybe it's the way the wind blows or whatever. But that sound will echo off of that wall. And it sounds like water's pouring over there. It's like, whoop. It freaked me out until I figured out what was going on. I keep hearing this sound. Thought it was a bird, so I opened up my bird app, but it didn't register as a bird. It just sounds like, how? I don't know. Thought maybe it was a big bird or something. Keep just trying to record it. Still listening for the sound. There it was. Again. See if it happens again. There it was. I have no idea what it is. If you could hear it, tell me what it is. Here is the access I have from my campsite tonight to the river. I can't wait to get in there. Hey, all right. This has been a day. I woke up and just packed up and started heading to get some water because I only had a little bit of water left. So I couldn't make breakfast. I couldn't make tea. So I'm just like, there's a spot down here about 5 miles. I know there's water. So I started going that way. I just packed up and left. I got down there about 9 o'clock. Got the water. Made my breakfast. just chilled out for an hour or so. And then I just started heading this way. I was going to stop at another spot if I didn't have the energy to make it here. But I was able to make it here, and I'm glad it had river access. So I was able to jump out there for a little bit. It was a little too cold for me, though. I don't know. It's been raining a lot, maybe, and it's flowing fast too. I was walking out there. The stones in the beginning are very slippery, so I have to be very careful. And the further you get out, they're not as slippery, but they're wobbly and whatnot. So still got to be careful. So I'm trying to be careful, watching my step, blah blah blah. I look up, I see the river moving, and I almost fall over. Yeah, I've been having dizzy problems, and I think that doesn't help. Look up and the river's moving, and I don't know. So I sat down in it, and then I just got out. And as I was getting out, now keep in mind I've set up my tent, my camp. I've got my tent up. I've got a line hung, some stuff hanging out. It's obvious I'm there. And I'm getting out of the water, and here comes this guy down. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess maybe he just wants to dip in the lake or the river, whatever. Cool, go for it. But I really didn't want to stay there any longer. I was thinking about sitting in my chair for a little while and just watching the water and whatnot, but I was not interested in being around people. I just had no interest. So I said hey to him, and he got in and slipped a little bit. And he said, oh, it's slippery. I'm like, yep, be careful. So, I was friendly enough. But it was obvious I was not interested, because I gathered my things and quickly just left. Came back up, sat by my tent with my back towards the where you go down to the river. His bike is sitting over by the picnic table. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's just hot, stopped, got a dip, whatever. Cool. Comes up, gets stuff out of his bag, sits down, and starts to talk to me. And I told him I'm not interested in having a conversation. I'm just looking to be out here by myself and just be alone. He's like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. And so then, I'm like, okay, fine. He's a cool guy, whatever. But just moments later, he flips out. And he's like, fuck this. And he starts packing up his stuff, throws his shirt on real fast, and and then speeds out of there. And I wish I would have recorded the whole thing, but I recorded that last little bit of him leaving. So I'll put that in.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was your private spot. My bad. Hope you get all the solitude you want.
Asshole. And then I was thinking, what if he comes back? I'm worried, blah, 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 whatever. I just moved over a campsite. It's a little more secluded off the road. There's an obvious entrance. There's a big dip coming into it. So I think I'll hear anybody who's coming in. And if he's coming back to cause problems, like in the middle of the night or whatever, and it's dark, he's going to go automatically over to that first one. And when he notices I'm not there, he might look further. The spider just jumped on me. Ugh. I'm better with spiders now than I was before, but I don't want them on me. Anyway, so I figured If he comes back, goes over there, I might hear, a bike going over there, wake up, be unaware. Anyway, feel slightly safer over here. Casey's a moron, nutcase, which he already seems like he is. All right, I'm going to show you this campsite. I got my tent over here. I think I'll have my bike just sitting over there too, kind of hidden a little bit by the tent. I'll put the rain fly on later. I mean, it's not going to rain, but it got chilly last night, and I was glad I had the rain fly. So, like what I was saying, there's a fire ring and a table here. I'm just sitting there trying to stay in the sun because there's a lot of bugs around here, and it seems like they bug me less if I'm sitting in a sunny spot. Anyway, so I'm just following the sun. But what I was saying about this, feeling a little safer over here versus the other one, which is right next to this one, is the entrance here. I don't know if you can tell, but it is a steep. I'll walk down here, see if it shows up a little bit better. It is a steep hill. So, you can tell better from this angle. And I'm way back there. I think when it's dark, you won't really see it so well. So if he comes back looking to make trouble when it's dark, he won't necessarily be looking over there. The other one's down this way. So this is the other one. It's, I don't know, somewhat nicer, I guess. But it's right here off the path. And it's right next to the toilet and the trash. So while I was here, there was a lot of people that came by and used that. So anyway, it's easier to get down here. I was set up right over there. And then he parked his bike over here. I had some clothes hung up over here. And he just felt like, I'll just make myself at home here where somebody else made themselves home. Well, the river access was really nice, but the river isn't that comfortable to get into at the spot. But anyway, that's that. Looks like I'll have a fire tonight. I don't need it for the heat, but these bugs, they're nuts. I want to keep them away, so I'll just keep a little tiny one going. All right, I picked a really great spot. It's got a bunch of ground bees. I didn't even notice them. Well, I noticed these piles, but I thought they were ant hills. Anyway, here, look. See them? Look like ant hills. There's a really good one. But they're all over out there. And I was sitting in a spot over there by the fire ring that seemed to be okay. They weren't bothering me. And then I moved over by the picnic table because I was trying to get a satellite signal. And I accidentally sat on top of one of them. And they just were swarming around me. Not tons, just a little bit. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back over here. So I went back over by the fire ring and they left me alone. So now I came over to my tent and I made sure that there weren't any around here. There was one thought there was one. No. There was a bee out back here. But I think he was just making sure I was coming over here. So as long as I stay over here, they seem to be leaving me alone. I don't see any. Well, there is one right there next to my tent. Oh well, I kind of set up in a fast hurry. Thinking of other things. Weirdos. Oh well, maybe the bees will protect me. Alright, I'm all packed up. I'm on my way. But I'm going to stop at this spot here. Stopped here last year. Of course, the water was super low. I sat in a little puddle. Anyway, I'm going to get some water. I like the lake water. Much better than the well water. So, that's what I'll do. Yeah, this was the spot. If I remember right, it wasn't even enough. Came up maybe to my waist when I sat in it. Way out there. All up here was just completely rocks. Yeah, this is a nice little sandy spot. They should make this into a camp spot, but it probably floods a lot. That's probably why. Looks like it does. All right. I'm gonna go down. And here is how I filter it. Easy peasy. Alright, this is Sharp's Tunnel. Went through it yesterday, but I was not in the mood. So I thought I'd get it on my way back. This one they've got reinforced on the one end with, it looks like steel and then wood that's soaked in something. It's really strong. I'll get a shot of the other end. Here I go. Actually, it doesn't look too bad right here. I can show you what they did. See, they've got like wood and then steel holding up the wood. But the wood smells like, you know, like railroad ties, whatever they soak that stuff in. It's really strong. I mean, it's kind of cool looking with all the steel. But it only goes probably a little ways past where you can see there. All right, and right on the other end of this tunnel, Sharp's Tunnel, is a bridge. It's a long bridge for this trail. It's the longest one on it. I'm not sure how long it is. Here we go. This is the last remaining water tower here on the Greenbrier. It's pretty cool. There's also a path over here that I think takes you to what's left of an old turnstile for the train. So I'm gonna go back there and check that out. So I think this is the path for the turnstile, I guess turntable for the railroad. We'll see. Well, all that's up here is this. If that's the remnants of it, then it's not that impressive. At least it wasn't a long hike up. It might be further down, I don't know. I'm not walking that far. All right, I made it to my last camp. Mile 40.9. It's a nice little cozy spot. It's got a pad here. I was just tired of camping in the gravel. I sat it back there. It's got a fire ring and a table, and it has a trash can out there. And it is right next to a stream. I'm gonna walk down there and check it out. I mean, it's not as good as river access, but hey, look at this. This is what the river looked like last year, believe it or not, in spots. Oh, maybe I could get to the river. Look at that. I could just walk down this way. Oh, looky, looky. Let's go check it out. Ooh, it's so cold. So cold. I'm just glad I was able to do it still. I mean, I had to adjust. Not get lots of miles, but that's fine. I was out for the camping more than anything. The biking's just a bonus. Yep, I could. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way right now or not. I don't have my suit on. Yeah, see? It does have river access. Woohoo! Score! Alright, I'll get in it later. Alright, I jumped in, cooled off. The lake over here was way too strong. I could not even stand. So I thought, oh, this is a bust. But I came back, and over here, it's a lot calmer. I mean, it's still pushing, but I hung out in there for a little while. It's a lot warmer than the stream. The stream's very cold. I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I'm heading back up to camp. I might come down again. We'll see. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. All right, back at camp. So I bought these 4 water bottles back at Seabird, I don't know. It's a town that has stuff. Because I thought that this didn't have river access. I knew it was a nice view and whatnot. Anyway, I wanted to be prepared. $10 for those 4. Anyway, I'll probably just save them and take them home because I got some river water. Woo! I like the taste of the river water. Well, I came walking out the campsite just to explore a little bit, see what's going on. And right by the bridge is a path. I don't know what kind of path it is, but you can see my campsite over there. It's on the other side of the little stream. You see the stream down there. I'll walk up here a little bit. There's my campsite. Well, I'm not going to keep walking. But there's my campsite. The stream just keeps going. I'm going to finish out the evening just sitting down here by the river. Put my feet in the stream. Just right here where it meets. Got my chair all set up. My chair. And I'm just sitting here at the river. Alrighty, I'm all packed up. My last camp, just gonna ride 2 miles back to the car and go home. So it was a really good last sleep. There's my bike packed all up. Ready for the final 2 miles. I have no food left, which is cool. Used everything up. And that's the campsite all cleaned up. Alrighty. Talk with you later.